Hi, everyone. I'm Raj, co-founder and CEO of sAInaptic. So we are pioneering the use of natural language processing, which is a kind of artificial intelligence technology to transform revision and assessments by automating the evaluation of free text answers. So world over, written examinations actually consist mostly of open-ended questions. Yet, existing revision and tech providers only tend to focus on content delivery, and they're able to test and assess mainly recall-based questions using multiple choice questions. And I'm sure all of you would have spent, using revision books and revision guides where you practice writing answers to exam questions, and then either you spend hours in self-evaluation or waited days to get sort of proper feedback from your teacher or your parent or a sibling. And from a teacher's perspective, teachers are spending way too much time doing repetitive tasks like marking, homework, and tests. And often this is done outside of their working hours. So you can imagine that they're left with very little sort of work-life balance. So that's where sort of sAInaptic comes in. sAInaptic solves both of these pain points by providing high quality interactive practice of high quality open-ended questions with instant teacher-like feedback. The automation obviously means that teachers' marking time is reduced by a huge amount, leaving them to do what they do best, right? Which is teach and spend time with students, providing them with targeted interventions. And we're able to do this because we've developed auto-marking technology based on state-of-the-art natural language processing for the automated evaluation of text. We're starting off with an initial sort of target segment of secondary schools, which is a huge and growing billion-pound market with an ambition of helping more than 1 million students achieve better outcomes. And we propose to do this as a complementary business model where we will be selling into schools as a homework and assessments tool. This would help us to get high quality data. We want to manage cash flows by selling direct to parents as a revision product. And we also want to improve our brand image and influence education and policy by working with curriculum providers and publishers. So far, we're pre-revenue. We launched a prototype and very quickly, with sort of word of mouth, grew to 1,000 users from over 100 schools in the UK and also abroad. And the most exciting bit for us was really our first B2B contract with a top name in assessments. And the pilot study is going to go live in literally 2 weeks' time across the globe. So we are actively raising our first round of funding with the hope of closing around sort of end of next month. And this will help us to launch, of course, the pilot study is going to go live in a couple of weeks, but also we launch the commercial products in later this year. So we are here only because of our team and all the hand-holding that we've received from our advisors at Imperial, Hatch, and also UCL Educate. Our founding team, of course, consists of myself and my co-founder Kavita, who's sort of the Chief Pedagogical and Business Growth Officer. And Bram is the Chief Scientist who's leading on all the algorithm development alongside myself. I have a data science background. So I just want to leave you with this thought of sort of our vision that imagine a world where every sort of end of chapter question in every textbook and every revision guide is automated and it's accessible on our platform via a link or a QR code. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raj. That was a brilliant presentation. And we can start the last Q&A for this category. So as always, I will give 3 seconds for a volunteer. If not, I will ask Bonnie, but oh, that won't be necessary. We already can see a few hands up. Karen, do you want to go first?
Yeah, thanks. That was really cool. Great presentation. I just want to wonder if you could explain a bit how the evaluation works and what the scope of that is.
Yeah, sure. So we have developed an automarking algorithm, which consists of principles from natural language processing. So we look at semantics, we look at dependencies between
Raj, is it just me or we lost Raj for a
which
minute?
consists of dictionaries.
It's not just you, Carolina.
If you can just repeat your last sentence, Raj, it's fine.
Okay, sure. So we've developed an algorithm, which is the automarking algorithm, and that sort of forms the core of the product, and that's based on principles from NLP. We also have developed the NLP corpus, which consists of data, so student data, which is student answers. We're developing in-house dictionaries because, as you can imagine, open source data and open source dictionaries do not work because they're sort of trained in just English language as general, but we're focusing on a subject specific, treating subjects as an individual language on its own. And so we look for concepts, we're teaching the algorithm to look for, let's say, scientific concepts or historical concepts. And so the automation sort of works in that way.
Great, thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. And Hugo, I hope you will forgive me if I ask Bonnie first to ask her question. You've been very active today.
Of course, no worries.
Hi, thank you so much for your presentation. Could you just tell us a bit more about kind of your expansion plans and also your milestones for the next 3 to 5 years? Thank you.
Yeah, so we're starting off with launching in the science segment for secondary schools, which would involve subjects around biology, chemistry, and physics. We then plan to expand subject-wise as well as year group-wise. So we start off with GCSE and then we move on to A levels, which is sort of year 11 and year 13 in the UK. And towards the end of next year, we want to go into the Indian curriculum, which is CBSE. And that's quite sort of different from what we do within the UK. Also within the UK, we're targeting the 3 largest sort of exam bodies. So there's AQA, there's EdXL, there's OCR. So we're starting off with AQA, EdXL, and also the international curriculum because we've had a lot of demand for it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Raj,